of the public procurement. We have also, as a province, accelerated the implementation of that undertaking by the President in our province. And we encourage many women to really take those opportunities that get availed by those procurement spend to women that should happen by our government. I also want to say, Program Director, as I conclude, that there are many opportunities, and we've heard from Ms. Labohang here, where she was talking about the opportunities that get availed by having this BRICS conference, Africa conference here in KwaZulu-Natal, here in South Africa. But also, what does it mean to each and every one of us as business people, as women of Africa and South Africa and KwaZulu-Natal? And I want to say that as much as these are going to be business opportunities that are available to you as business people, we are going to be ready as the provincial government to give all the support. I've actually asked Minister Inkosi Zuma to label that after this BRICS conference, I would like us to convene a workshop, a pre-BRICS workshop, which will evaluate how many of us have been able to take those opportunities, what kind of support is needed by each one of those businesses so that these partnerships and these deals that are going to be signed here become a reality, not just on the ink, but also we see the flow of these from people-to-people partnership that we'd like to see happening in and around our province. So the significant multilateral trade and investment remains unwavering as a crucial foundation within this intricate process of economic recalibration and reconstruction. As we navigate the currents of the change of the disruptions, it is through collaboration, multilateralism framework that we find the strength to rebuild and reshape our economies. We take pride in the significant economic cooperation achievements of BRICS women, marking the decisive action towards women-led development for gender equity. We find inspiration also in the remarkable accomplishment of BRICS women with the leadership of the chairperson Lebo in the helm and the realm of the economic cooperation, a testament to their pivotal role in steering development towards gender equity and empowerment of our women. But equally, as women leaders within BRICS, we have a historic duty to ensure that as we fashion a new world out of the debris of our unipolar world, we ensure that women are at the center of that change and that our women are not left behind. Change only reproduces the prevailing unequal relationships between women and men, which continues to conspire to ensure that women are relegated to the outer fringes of the economic activities within the developing world, which is not the change. So for me, really, as one of the leadership of this province, working with my MECs and the team of BRICS, we really are encouraged and we really want to welcome all the delegates from BRICS countries and say that this is going to be your second home away from your home, and we're really looking forward to the fruitful signing and fruitful deliberations that will continue even after the summit has concluded. And one of the pillars or the measurements that we've set for ourselves is that as much as we do not know who will be signing with who, but we take interest in understanding that once you have signed, we make sure that we do not want anyone to say, I couldn't keep to the commitment that I did with China, I didn't keep to the commitment that I did with India or Russia or Brazil, because I did not have 1, 2, 3. And that is why we are here, to make sure that we dare not fail many of the women who are not here in this room, and those that are there at home, and those that are even listening, to know that there is something called BRICS Women that is happening. So all of us that are here, we carry the rest of women of South Africa, the rest of women of KwaZulu-Natal, and the rest of women in the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable MEC. Indeed, the KZN province has experienced so much devastation, and yet they continue to thrive, and they continue to support BRICS and other initiatives. Thank you so much for that. It can only be through the leadership and your influence. So, I've been told that our video is ready. Apologies for the hiccup. The video, so today we have a video message from Ms. Busi Mabuza, who is the chairperson for BRICS Business Council, South Africa.
Colleagues, for this
Greatest apologies for our technical glitches.
Nani. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, colleagues, for this opportunity to join you through this recorded message of support. Firstly, I extend our congratulations to the leadership of the BRICS Women's Business Alliance for the impactful work done to date in creating a fertile environment for women in BRIC and Africa to participate as central players in business and in the economy. The strides taken by the BWBA in amplifying the voice of women in the economic agenda are commendable and enjoy the full support of the BRICS Business Council. As you know, the BBC mandate is to promote and strengthen business, trade, and investment ties amongst the business communities of the BRICS countries. The South African chapter has committed to do this in the national and continental interest. BRICS is a bloc of 3.2 billion people, representing 42% of the world's population and an estimated GDP of around 30% of global GDP. With the acceleration of the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, our continent represents an opportunity of a youthful market of over 1.4 billion people. This is over and above the natural endowments that this continent enjoys, which should, of course, be aggregated for economic scale that will ensure stronger and more balanced trade patterns with our trading partners. Together, our respective markets offer a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for mutually beneficial economic collaboration that stands to benefit our regions and our people for generations to come. As the BRIC and Africa march forward together to transform our economies, it is critically important that women across our respective regions are at the forefront of this agenda. And the BWBA is a critical voice and platform in this regard. I'm confident, ladies and gentlemen, that the ongoing deliberations and interactions between delegates at the 2023 BRICS Africa WBA Trade Conference will unlock this opportunity and the economic advancement of BRICS and the African nations. My colleagues and I wish you a successful engagements with tangible outcomes. Thank you. Sanibonani. Thank you, colleagues, for this opportunity to join you through this recorded message of support. Firstly,
thank you so much. Much appreciated that the BRICS Business Council chairperson took it upon herself to send through this message. Thank you very much. We're going to be taking a different turn, very exciting turn on the program. We're going to be having a panel discussion entitled Transforming Global Challenges into Opportunities, Driving Inclusive Growth, which is going to be led by our moderator, Ms. Beulah Mosupie, CEO of Howing Business Services. You're welcome to the stage. Ms. Beulah Mosupie. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge the Minister of Women and Children and People with Disabilities. I would like to acknowledge our MECs here present, the BRICS WBA chairs and the delegations that they have come with. I would like to acknowledge the overall provincial leadership of HODs and DGs, distinguished guests, our traditional leadership. I was happy to hear that amongst us we do have both local and international traditional leadership, the people who are the custodians of who we are. They carry the memory of who we are and who we could become, and so a special appreciation for the presence of those people. Ladies and the gentlemen that are here who clearly understand the clarion call of being part of the solutions to the emancipation and empowerment of women, we acknowledge your presence here today. With that, I would like to then call my panelists to come and join me. From Russia, Ms. Elena; from China, Ms. Lu; Ms. Sudha from India, as well as Ms. Tembi from South Africa. As they make their way up to the stage, I would like to introduce our topic. Our topic will be looking at, when we look at the kind of crises that create opportunity, how do we use a crisis to bring about a global transformation? And the topic that would be sitting on your program would be reading Transforming Global Challenges into Opportunities and Driving Inclusive Growth. Our agenda on the women empowerment front is one that is driven by striving for inclusive participation, our fair share of trade, our fair share in society's leadership. And so we want to look at things from a perspective of not just the challenges that we convert these challenges into opportunities upon which we will continue to rise. And when we talk about rising, I will be asking my amazing, very powerful team of panelists to introduce themselves, but I will lead the charge by introducing myself. My name is Beulah Musupia, and I am founder and CEO of Haweng Tourism for All. Haweng is a Sotho word that means let's go do this. And the reason why I went into the space of tourism for all inclusive participation is to advance the Universal Human Rights Article 26 and 27, which talk to everyone having the right to rest and recreation, having the right to paid leave, and also having the right to participate in cultural exchange as well as scientific research exchanges. We grow and become powerful people when we are included and can participate in these different roles. As women, it's important that we participate actively in the cultural lives of our societies, that we participate actively in the business lives of our societies, that we participate in the scientific research exchanges in our societies. And so as tourism, as Haweng Tourism, our endeavor is to use tourism as a tool to drive inclusivity. And with that, I would like to ask my panelists to also